What's going on, everybody? Kalipis Tech here, coming back at you with another video. This is the beginner's guide to the Cricut Icon 3. In this video, I'm going to be showing you some tips and tricks for this phone to help you get more familiar with the device. So let's get started. Now the first thing I want to show you is how to change your wallpaper. This is a pretty easy thing to do. All you need to do is go to your settings and go to wallpaper right here. Now you're going to be able to choose between live wallpapers, photos, and wallpapers that are already on the phone. That was easy enough, but there's actually an even easier way to do it. For this, you're not only going to be able to change your wallpaper, but you're also going to be able to customize more of your home screen in general. So all you need to do is put a finger on your home screen and hold it for just a second, and this menu is going to come up. Now you're going to hit wallpapers, and once again, you'll be able to select a new wallpaper. And there we go. The next thing I'm going to show you is how to control your sounds. Sounds can be really useful, but they can also be really annoying, especially the default ones. So I'm going to show you how to customize them to your liking. So we're going to go back to our settings, go to sound, and we got a bunch of different things we can change here. First of all, the media volume. So if you're watching a movie, listening to music, playing a game, something like that, that's what this is going to control. The call volume, this is actually not your ringtone. This is the voice on the earpiece when you're talking on the phone. So that's what this is going to control. Ring and notification volume. Now this is your ringtone and your text messages and your notifications from pretty much everything else. Alarm volume, pretty self-explanatory. Vibrate for calls. Now this doesn't really apply to vibrate mode, because obviously if you have your phone in vibrate mode, it's going to vibrate. But if you want the phone to vibrate while you're getting a call and it's playing a ringtone too, this is where you're going to select this and go always vibrate. You can also turn on do not disturb from here, but you don't really need to go to this menu for that. You can just open your quick menu, and do not disturb is going to be right here. You can also change your ringtone, and if we go to advanced, you can change your notification sound and your alarm sound as well. Here you can turn touch vibration on and off. You can make a screen locking sound, dial pad tones, all sorts of things. Now, in addition to sound, another really important setting to pay attention to as soon as you get the phone is notifications. Like sounds, notifications are really useful and important, but some of them can be really unnecessary and really annoying. So I'm going to show you how to customize your notifications so you'll only get the ones that actually matter. So we're going to go to settings, go to apps and notifications, and here you're going to be able to see all the apps that have sent you a notification in the last 7 days. Here's where I recommend turning off everything that you don't want, because some of these apps are just going to keep on sending you notifications non-stop, and it gets real old real fast. You can also play around with some other features on here, like for example, text bubbles. This is good if you're on Facebook Messenger or text messaging, something like that, and you want to keep the conversations open while you're doing other things. If we go to the advanced section, we can also see some status bar settings, like hiding silent notifications in the status bar. That's pretty cool. It helps keep your status bar a little bit cleaner and more organized. And then once again, you can change your notification sound here. In do not disturb, there are a bunch of spots where you can change these settings. But again, with do not disturb, the quick menu is the easiest way to do it. The next thing I'm going to show you is how to turn on dark mode. This is a really easy thing to do. All you need to do is go to settings, go to display, and dark mode is going to be right here. You're going to toggle this on. Now the phone is in dark mode, and you can change some other settings too by going right here. In here, you can schedule it to turn on at sunset or a custom time. The next thing I'm going to show you is how to take a screenshot. Taking a screenshot is a pretty easy thing to do, but not every phone has the same way to do it, so let's take a look at how to do it with this phone. All you need to do is press and hold the power key and the volume down key at once. The screen's going to flash, shutter sound is going to go off, this is going to show up on the bottom left corner, and that is pretty much it. Now keep in mind, you're going to be pressing and holding. Don't just tap the buttons, because that's not going to do anything. And make sure it's the power key and the volume down key, and not the power key and the volume up key, because that's a different feature. The next thing I'm going to show you is how to change the system navigation. If you're familiar with Android, you're probably going to recognize these three buttons. These are the typical Android navigation buttons, but there's also a different type of navigation that I'm about to show you. So we're going to go to our settings, go down to System, go to Gestures, and System Navigation right here. Now we're going to switch to gesture navigation. And once this feature is on, instead of having 3 buttons, there's just going to be a little bar down here. So now without the buttons, to go home, all you need to do is swipe up. To go to your recent apps, drag your finger up from the bottom. And to go back, swipe from left to right or right to left. It doesn't matter which way, as long as you swipe your finger from one side of the screen to the other. I really like gesture navigation, but it's definitely not for everyone, so be sure to play around with it a little and decide for yourself which type of navigation you like the best. The next thing I'm going to show you is how to view your storage. This phone doesn't really have a whole lot of storage, so you're probably going to be either using a micro SD card or paying really close attention to what you put on your phone. Either way, it's a good idea to check your storage from time to time to see what's being filled up. So to do this, we're going to go to our settings and go down here to storage. As you can see right now, we're using 39% or 12.47 gigabytes. And here we can see that most of that is being taken up by the system. Now, if the phone is ever getting a little full, you can always hit manage storage. And this is going to take you to a separate place that's going to help you clean out some of the junk files that might accumulate on your phone. The next thing I'm going to show you is how to change your screen lock. In case you don't know, the screen lock is basically exactly what it sounds like. How you unlock your screen. As you can see right now, it's a pin, but I also have the fingerprint scanner on. So let's take a look at how to set that up. So we're going to go to settings, go to security, and screen lock is right here. As you can see, it is set to the pin. To change it, enter your current pin. And now you're going to be able to choose between none, swipe, pattern, pin, or password. I'll tell you right now, none and swipe are useless. They don't do anything. But pattern is actually pretty cool. Brings you back to the old-fashioned Android where that used to be pretty much the normal thing everyone was using. And then password, if you want to get real crazy about the security, I think it's really inconvenient. But if you want to use it, by all means, go for it. Now you might be wondering how to set up the fingerprint scanner, and that's actually right here, directly below screen lock. So you're going to select fingerprint, enter your PIN one more time, and this is where you're going to be able to add fingerprints. Now keep in mind, you can add multiple fingerprints, and the on-screen instructions are going to walk you through that as soon as you hit add fingerprint. The last thing I'm going to show you is how to change your screen timeout time. Have you ever been in a situation where your screen falls asleep on you when you're trying to watch something or read something? Or maybe the opposite, it stays on forever and drains all your battery? Well, I'm going to show you how to avoid this. First thing we're going to do, as always, is go to settings, go to display, go to advanced, and go to screen timeout right here. Now you can change your screen timeout time to as short as 15 seconds or as long as 30 minutes. I suggest playing around with this because depending on how you use your phone, it's going to be pretty different for everyone. But that was my beginner's guide to the Cricket Icon 3. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope you found this information useful as well. If you did, don't forget to leave a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. And as always, I will see you in the next video.